Hey guys, good morning. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go over a little PowerPoint with you that I created on fitness goals because what I've noticed is the fitness goals that I am getting from a lot of you, and I've talked about this before, are not really measurable. They're not very specific, and I think that it's important to kind of go over just a few steps to make that more measurable, more specific, and allow you guys to create a goal where you can actually attain and a goal that's realistic and something that you can actually work for and achieve and see success and results. So I'm going to share my screen here. This is also going to be available to you guys after class. I'm going to put it on. You can always look back at it. I'm going to put it on Schoology and you can always look back at it if it wants to load. There we go. So, number one, specific. Okay. A bad goal when it comes to specific, get healthy. Good, lose weight. Now, although that lose weight can entirely be your goal, you will want to narrow this down. And as we go further in this PowerPoint, you're going to see other steps as to how to narrow this down. Now, again, this is just an example, losing weight. It's just an example of specificity. All right. Number two, bad, get really healthy. It's not quantifiable. There's no number attached to it. There's no way of kind of measuring it and knowing. Good, losing 10 pounds. Now, you should have a definite way of knowing when you've reached that goal. And get really healthy, there's no way, definitely, of knowing when you reach that goal. But losing 10 pounds, you will know, you can actually see it, whether it's a scale or whatnot. Three, attainable. It's great to have big picture goals. Of course it is in the long term, but you need something a little bit more achievable so that it can keep you on track, right? You want to start small. That way you'll be able to see these achievements, these small achievements and successes early on, and it'll encourage you guys to create long-term consistencies and be able to stay consistent and reach those big picture goals later on, right? If you set something way too far out there, it's going to be discouraging if you don't make that progress as fast as you would like to. And that's why people quit when they make these huge goals and they kind of set something way far out and they quit and they get discouraged and they give up. And you want to also consider the size of your goal, right? So, for example, losing 20 pounds in 1 month, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's not attainable. It's not realistic and it's not healthy. Relevant. I want you to ask yourself, is this goal worthwhile? And am I motivated to do it? Because if you're not going to happen, right? Creating a goal with some type of motivation attached to it is really going to give you more relevancy to your goal. So, for example, here, I want to lose 8 pounds in 2 months to be ready for my sister's wedding. Some of you have come up with some good relevance, right? Some of you have been talking about the summer and how you really want to be able to fit in whatever you're wearing, or you want to just feel a little bit more confident about yourself. And it might not have to do with anything about your weight, but just feeling confident. Relevance, timely. You want to make sure that you're strict about a deadline. And when you do that, you're creating an urgency. You also don't want to set your sights out too far, right? Your example, giving yourself 5 months to lose 10 pounds, like that's way too long. It's not going to give you guys a sense of urgency, a sense of incentive to start working at it immediately. And when you don't have that, you lose that motivation and you really don't want to start. And consider setting small goals along the way, like we've been talking about. I want to lose 3 pounds in 2 weeks. That's a pound and a half a week. And although that doesn't sound like a lot, it is a lot and it's difficult. So you don't want to set out goals that are too simple and you have way too much time, but you also don't want to do the opposite and set a goal that's way too small, like we talked about earlier, losing 15, 20 pounds in 1 month. Okay. Follow through. Okay. Once you have a goal in place, it's all about the follow through. Whether it's to lose 1 pound in a week, do 5 push-ups in 2 weeks, or run a 5K in under 30 minutes, you can come up with a plan to help you get there. But it starts with deciding what you want. If it's not relevant to you, if you're not motivated to do it, it's not going to work. You want to be accountable, stay consistent, and you'll see the results follow. Okay. This is what I'm looking for um, from now on when we talk about fitness goals. Okay. And again, I'm not going to continue to talk about those fitness components that we've been talking about, but you need to make sure the four health related fitness components You have to remember what they are and how they're used and write them correctly when you're talking about your fitness goals, or I'm sorry, when you're talking about your activity. So you want to relate your fitness components to the activity that you chose for that day. Okay. Are there any questions?